Hey everyone, it's Chris from Midwest Coaster Fans bringing you the new Giga Coaster that was announced yesterday at Kings Island. Our team was there at 10 p.m. probably with everybody else from all these other channels anticipating this. The blueprints and everything looks like they were right. Uh, right after the announcement, a lot of enthusiasts were kind of upset because they were hoping for record-breaking height and speed. But nevertheless, it's 5,321 feet long. It has 8 hills, and the airtime on this thing is going to be ridiculous. It was funny because a lot of the staff at the park on Thursday, while we were there all day, kept on saying Polaris, and kind of made us believe that it was going to be Polaris. But obviously, when it was all said and done, it was Orion. That's the official name of the new coaster. 300 feet tall, 5,321 feet long, making it the longest Giga coaster. Sorry, the longest, fastest, and tallest coaster at Kings Island, being the 10th tallest in the world, I believe. It's one of only 7 Giga coasters in the world. And looking at the whole, this is off-ride POV. It's ridiculous. It's going to hug the terrain. And then you have some people out there who are like, well, why is this thing considered a Giga? Well, the lift hill is 287 feet tall, but the terrain at Kings Island, if many of you guys aren't familiar with it, allow the drop to hit, 300 feet. And then the first hill is just insane. I think we're going to look at those ride statistics in a minute, but I believe the first hill after the first drop is 237 feet tall, I believe, which is just crazy tall. And just like, similar to Diamondback, the airtime on this thing is going to be crazy. But if this thing could keep its speed the whole duration of the ride, you're looking at a fast airtime Giga coaster that's going to just leave people amazed. And I'm not going to deny it. After first seeing this, I was kind of disappointed because I wanted to see record breaking, like I said. But after looking at it, I think it's a great addition to Kings Island. Definitely fits the landscape very well. The backdrop of the roller coaster is just utterly amazing. It gives the park a whole new feel. And I think the addition of this new area, which did announce is going to be called Area 72. Obviously, the park came out in 1972, so that's amazing. But as you look at the transitions and the airtime hills and the different heights, and then the end helix leading into the end hill, some similarities, like many of us said, to Diamondback, kind of. But if this thing can keep its speed the whole time, you're looking at a 91 mile per hour airtime monster. So definitely think it is a great addition. It's going to open, obviously, opening day in spring. If you get your gold pass, you'll be one of the first ones to ride it, or obviously if you're part of media. But looking at this picture here, that is what it looks like with the backdrop, on one angle. That is looking towards Kings Island from a different angle. And I think it looks great. The blue definitely matches, the sky, and definitely looks great. Here's some ride information on this. Made by Bollinger and Malballard, B&M as it's known. Class coaster type steel, Giga. They're using a chain lift hill. Duration's about 3 minutes long. 3 trains with 8 carts, totaling a total of 32 riders per train. There's a statistic 1,650 riders per hour. Height requirement is going to be 54 inches. And obviously it opens in the spring. There's a great picture from Kings Island of the off-ride helix. That's the last helix that takes place before you end up back in the station, as you saw from the off-ride POV. So that's definitely great looking. I love how it sits right next to the racer too. So kind of the brand new coaster meets the first coaster at the park. And then there's the, after the first drop, that is the first hill. And I love how it does kind of like a side hug on the track instead of just like a normal basic hug. So I think that's going to really like add to the thrill as being sideways basically. So the track length is 5,320 feet tall, or long, 300 feet for the first drop. 447 is the length of the first drop. Number of hills, and then so after the initial drop, the first hill is 287 feet, then 174 feet, and then 202 feet, and then it kind of goes down and then up and then down, and then the speed's 91 miles per hour. So definitely going to be great there. And there's another great photo. I think this coaster is going to pack intensity and airtime, and that's what this park needed. Record breaking's great, but if you can't keep the same intensity the whole ride, then kind of loses its thrill at the end. I don't think this one does. I think it keeps the speed towards the end, and the airtime is just going to be utterly amazing, like I said before. And here's what it looks like. Again, that first drop, and you're going to be able to see that from when you enter the park. You're going to see that first drop. It's going to complement the sky really well. There's nothing behind it, so I think it's great. Basically, the first coaster meets the newest coaster, and definitely going to add great to the backdrop. Here's the logo coming up, Orion from Kings Island. Let us know what you think. Please comment below. What do you think about the new Giga coaster coming to Kings Island, Orion? Also, please subscribe to our page for future content. Until next time, this is Chris signing off for Midwest Coaster fans. Have a great one.